Good afternoon, everybody. We thought we'd take the opportunity to do something a little bit different this year, so we hope you enjoy what we're going to be doing. That's it. Without further ado, it's with great pleasure I introduced our MC today, Mr. Tim Hendrix. Mr. Hendrix, please join us now.
So much for that warm welcome. So this is Tim Hendrix. I'm the program manager and state printer for the state of Oregon. So this is a fun and educational take on the classic game show, The Dating Game. Our bachelorette will ask a series of questions of these three workflow bachelors to choose who she'll take home as a chaperone date. Questions will be about topics ranging from implementation, job status, communication, flexibility, imposition, automation, and make-ready, and more. So learn about workflow through our questions and get ready for some excitement as you help choose who our bachelorette will go out with on her first workflow date. So let me introduce you to our bachelorette. Diane is a busy implant manager from Clovis, California. She got some workflow issues. She's looking for a match. So to solve her problems, Diane, tell us a little bit about yourself.
Thank you, Tim. My name is Diane Negrete, and like you said, I'm a very busy plant manager in Clovis, California. Think Central California. Right next to Fresno, I like to say just down from Yosemite. I am trying to get my work life in order and make it a little bit more modern to meet the needs of all of my customers and the teachers in our district. My operation averages a little over $7 million a month. And we operate 23 hours a day, and besides me, I have 6 employees that work staggering hours. And so I really need help choosing and implementing a program that's going to help me with my workflow. Hopefully it's a software that can help me reduce cost. It can help me automate all my processes and quickly be able to understand where in the workflow my jobs are in the process, and then to be flexible because we all know that things can change quickly in the printing industry.
Thank you. So, bachelor number 1, tell us a little bit about yourself.
Thank you, sir. I am Mr. Output Management. I'm from Alabama, and I'm in the healthcare industry. I love to organize things. I'm a bit of a neat freak, sadly. But throughout the months, I take thousands of projects. I analyze those specs. I imposition those PDFs, and I put them onto the correct copiers, presses, wide format equipment, all without any human intervention. I'm a busy guy, and I'm always on the go.
All right, bachelor number 2, a little bit about yourself.
You're looking good. I'm Mr. Web to Print. I'm always connected. I'm always on. I'm into user experiences and sound business planning. In fact, I can see everything that's going on in my implant right now on my lap, and I like things on my lap, and I hope I do well today.
Okay, bachelor number 2. That's quite compelling. Okay, bachelor number 3. Please tell us a little about yourself.
Hi there. I'm Mr. Make Ready. I'm from UCLA in LA. I'm a handyman. I like to fix things. I'm flexible, and I'm a jack of all trades to handle whatever you got. I want to make your work look good and save time, and I'm more than just putting a pretty face on things.
So, Bachelorette, would you like to start with the questions?
I already can tell it's going to be a tough choice. So let me ask with a pretty basic question, and let me ask all of you the same question. Why should I choose you Why and how will you be important in my life?
Well, Diane, I exist to make your life easier. If you pick me, I'm going to help you organize all your work. Plus, by doing that, it's going to make your equipment be even more efficient. If you pick me, I will give you hours back in your day to do those things you want to be able to do.
Bachelor number 2.
Can I get a little eye contact just for a moment over here? All right, how you doing? Okay, let me get back to the question. I'm all about the user experience. Without software, there is no hardware. I believe most people are good. Most mamas ought to qualify for sainthood, and there should be more women in print. If you choose me, I'm going to be with you. I'm going to be in every classroom, connecting your teachers, making them prepared to start the day. They're going to get their content, their course packs quicker, faster, easier, and your back office production seamless. I'm going to make the user experience better, and I'm going to align you to your customer's mission.
Bachelor number 3.
That's pretty hard to follow. All right, Diane, you need me to keep you and your customers looking good. And I mean more than just putting a pretty face on things. I will make you stand out.
Am I behind? Am I behind? Do you have your question? Okay, here we go.
Okay. So I'm a little bit fearful of commitment and getting into the dating game of implementation. How did you get over your fears, and how committed are you?
All right, Bachelor number 1.
Well, there's no need to be nervous if you choose me, because I come with a 100% guarantee that I'll do exactly what I say I do. And if I don't, you can just drop me like a hot potato.
Is that a written guarantee? It's a written guarantee. Okay, Bachelor number 2.
That's hot. That's hot. Okay, so, hey, I'm here to hold your digital hand, right? And work with me. I'm going to set up an account right here, right now, right? We'll start a little history. And like a married couple with a positive 5-to-1 ratio, in 15 minutes, you will know whether we will stay together. Let's stay together.
All right, that's a compelling answer, number 2. Compelling. All right, Bachelor number 3, please.
All right, well, first of all, I have absolutely no fear of commitment. Right? That's hot.
Yeah.
Okay. And I'm easy to get along with. And guess what? You can try me out for 30 days with absolutely no commitment.
Well, that is really, really hard to beat. Bachelorette, your next one.
It's getting harder and harder. Okay, question number 3. I need a lot of attention during the flow of work, both pre-press and post-press. Can you tell me how you will communicate how the job's coming along?
All right, Bachelor number 1.
I sure can. So as long as you make sure I'm connected to your network, I track all the statuses from every time a job is entered into the system until it finishes printing on the output device. I can send you any update along the way. If you give me your phone number, I can even text it to you.
So do you have to, how many ports do you have to open in your network?
That's private information.
All right, Bachelor number 2.
Okay, so a lot of attention. How do you communicate? Well, web to print isn't in a basement, right? Web to print's a platform that you share with your customers. So you're sharing the same status in real time, getting real information. And that process visibility will make you accountable, make your team better, and make your customers more satisfied. And why am I talking in a southern accent all of a sudden? I really don't know.
That's kind of sexy there, number 2. All right, Bachelor number 3.
Well, Diane, we'll be working very closely together. So you'll know exactly what's going on all the time.
All right. let's go to our next question.
I think I feel a southern accent coming on.
Yeah.
So, as my job is being processed, shocking, I suddenly changed my mind. How agile are you in accommodating my last-minute needs?
All right, bachelor number 1, her needs.
Well, I never have known anybody to change their mind in the printing industry before, so I really don't know if I can answer this question. But really, if it does happen, then all you got to do is just resubmit that. I reticket it. I know I can look at those specs to tell which machine to put it on and position it for you without you having to do anything. So I can make your life much easier in that manner.
Can you go 4 up on that?
4 up, 8 up, 10 up, it's no problem.
Not bad. Okay,
That's right.
bachelor number 2.
Nice. Okay, so I'm digital, so we just going to make those changes on the fly. And I tell you what, let's stop changing our minds. Let's make those changes, embed that into the job ticket, and then next time you're just a click away. Click away, make it easy, hit reorder. Let's do this.
All right, bachelor number 3.
Lost a southern accent, huh? All right, well, Diane, my answer is simple. I'm all about being flexible and making last-minute changes.
That's a nice answer. You know, short, concise. What do you think? All right, let's go on to our next question.
They're all pretty good answers. It's getting hard. Okay, so I have to impose every job that I want to print multiple up on a sheet every single time. How can this be done automatically without having to do it manually?
Ooh, that's a tough one. Bachelor number 1, what do you say?
Piece of cake. No, really, it's one of my specialties because all I have to do is I use job ticket templates that you would use to set up how many you want them up, 4 up, 6, 8, whatever. And every time that job comes in, I'm going to be able to recognize what that is and put it to the right output device with the correct imposition. Very simple.
How many templates do you have in your stable?
As many as needed.
Okay, bachelor number 2, top that.
Well, let's get under the covers a little bit with Mr. Web to Print. What I recommend is we'll just code those jobs and route them directly to a specific print queue. You can manage it at the controller, at the RIP device. Option number 1. Option number 2, we could roll that offline and you could do some imposition with some different third-party software, upload that up as a new version, and production keeps rolling on. We got options with Mr. Web to Print.
Yeah, you got that Southern California accent now. That's very good. That's very good. Very good. Bachelor number 3.
All right, Diane. Well, I've got you covered here. 4 up, 8 up, 10 up, 24 up. I have an imposition task that'll automatically impose your document any way you want it.
Now, this is going to be a real tough decision, Let's move on to our next question, please.
Okay, so I have 5,000 projects a month that need to get to the output device that they're going to print on. I want to do this without doing it manually, 5,000 times a month. What can you do to help me with that problem?
Bachelor number 1, 5,000.
Maybe too many. I'm not sure. So I think the best way to approach that would be to fully automate it. So I would connect with your MIS or your web to print system and pick those jobs up automatically. And based by those templates I talked about a while ago, I would know whether or not it needed to run on a copier or a press. I would imposition it and put it over onto the output device without you having to touch any of them any time in the future.
Ooh. Oh, yeah. All right, bachelor number 2.
All right, let's get in the cloud, right? We're going to get on the cloud, hook you up on my server, and we're going to start automating some of this flow, okay? So we're going to put up some auto flow rules here, and we're going to group your jobs by requirements. Maybe we're going to put all those white paper stocks together. Maybe we group those finishing requirements. We're going to give your key ops some direction every day. With Web to Print, we can give you some control over how you set up your production day and how you get all those 5,000 jobs out. So let's get a rate and go. And better yet, let's create these repeatable packs, put them up on a shopping cart, little online ordering environment.
Yeah.
You click go, right? And these will be directly go to a release queue. Print, order, print, go, right? Auto flow.
Number 2, real quick here. What's the privacy like in the cloud? It's important.
Well, we've got options. We can do on-prem, where you do just a secured cloud server. Talk to your local vendors, some of which are in this room.
Today. Okay. All right, number 3.
Wow, Diane, you really have a large honey-do list. Starting to feel like you might be a little high maintenance here, but I can automate printing all of the work as long as it's all about the same type of work.
Seem a little limited there. I'm not too sure if I like that, but yeah, it's okay. All right, let's go on to our next question.
Okay, so thousands of monthly jobs use NCR forms that require staff to calculate the sheets, impressions, and bindery tasks to complete the job, as well as labor time. And then I have to calculate all these charges and actually upload and bill them in a journal entry to my customers. The stack on my desk is about 12 inches high. Can you help me see over my desk?
Wow, this is the money question. Got to see how you do bachelor number 1.
All right. So since I analyzed the specs of all those jobs, I already know that they're going to come in, and I know what kind of paper type it is, so I could analyze that it's going to be on NCR. And then I also know how many clicks it's going to be because I have to tell the copier that when I send the file over to it. So basically at the end of the month, end of the week, end of the job, whatever you want, I could give you a report that would tell you how many impressions that job had on it that was run on the NCR. I think that's the perfect answer, right?
Nice answer. Nice answer. Okay, number 2.
Okay, so Mr. Web to Print's not a huge fan of NCR. I say let's turn those NCR forms into some e-forms. But hey, that's another game show for another day. But I'll tell you what, data entry tasks are not allowed in our relationship. We're not coding things by paper and by hand anymore. No more manual data entry, right? So what we're going to do is we're going to let the computer do the counting, get back to business. We're going to export reports. We're going to export data, do some file mapping, and directly link that to your accounting systems so you can get not only business metrics, but sound financial updates whenever you want and spend less time in the back office and more time talking to those teachers, see what they need. That's what we should do together.
So real quick here, so this is a truly touchless workflow.
We collect the data. Things are previewed on the front end. All the billing and pricing is controlled by tables, data-driven, so it all flows. So there's no manual computation.
All right, number 3. Whew, top that one.
Well, yeah, it's going to be tough. You know, here I'm Mr. Make-Ready. Accounting's not really my thing. I can process a lot of jobs, and I can make you look good. And I do keep a log to see what happens, but I really don't like accountants. They're pretty boring.
All right, thank you so much, bachelors. Let's go on to our next question.
Okay, so a lot of my jobs that come in are really incomplete. They need a lot of help. They still need work to be ready to actually print them, while the customer may not think so. Can you help make my jobs ready to go once they get in the print shop?
That's a tough one. Bachelor number 1.
So I can help a little bit on this, I think. If you just need job ticketing for the same type steps taken over and over again, then I'm your man. Just keep in mind that I am a volume and a speed kind of guy.
Ooh. All right, number 2.
With Web to Print, you can try on before you shop with me. So remember, your customers get to see all the options digitally before you go. But hey, if we need some professional design, creative services, We can move those jobs into a special room, a special area just for your designers, just for your pre-press group. Give them a little isolation, give them a little autonomy. They can work that out and place that file back into a new version, contact back to the customer, tell them some recommendations. So, and all of the while, you can still see what's going on across your environment for good visibility, good access. And that's a good way to go.
All right.
Do you hear me?
I hear you.
He did. I think it's another county around here close by. Number 3.
All right, Diane. So completing you is what I'm all about here. And your jobs. Making jobs ready is my name and my game. From merging files, editing content, or printing instructions, I can do it in my sleep.
Wow. And I think you knocked that one out of the park. Let's continue on here while we can.
Okay, so I have told our designers not to add bleeds when a job doesn't need it. They never listen. What can I do so that I don't have to open every PDF file and remove the bleed before I print?
Are there any graphic designers in here? Oh, good. Bachelor 1.
Yeah, that's good because I was going to talk bad about them too. So that's not a problem with me. Since I'm analyzing all those specs, I already know that if this job's going to run actual size, and I know which copier it's going to run on. So I would just open up that PDF. I'd remove that bleed, no problem.
Ooh.
Save that PDF back out and put it right back on that output device without you having to touch it. All automatically.
Very nice. Okay, Bachelor number 2.
I can't fix your bleed issue.
Womp, womp, womp. All right, Bachelor number
That's going to
3.
be easy to follow.
You need to take us home on that one.
All right, Diane, I can run a pre-flight task on all jobs to fix your bleeds as well as other issues with your files. Easy, easy.
Yeah, that's a tough one. That's a tough one. Number 2. I don't know what's wrong. Okay, one more question. A few more questions, I think we have.
Okay, so how about this one? My technicians keep complaining about needing to contact most of our customers to get accurate information about print jobs. Have a suggestion on making sure customer work order instructions are clear and save labor, time, and cost?
All right, Bachelor number 2, I think this is really just down your alley. So I think we're just going to limit the answer to you. You can redeem yourself here.
At this point, I think the crowd knows the answer, right? With online ordering, it's just a couple of clicks away, and the job ticketing goes along with the documents, along the customer. Everything is embedded in one platform. Easy.
Wow. It's pretty slick. All right, Bachelorette.
Okay, here's a biggie. My teachers are tired of standing in line before school, during recess, during lunch, or after school, just waiting for their turn at the site copier to make lesson plans. Our district would rather reduce class sizes than purchase more copiers.
Yeah.
So can you help us solve this problem?
That's a tough one, Bachelor number 1.
So it sounds like you have a hard copy problem there. So basically what I would suggest you do is we have the teachers scan those hard copies in along with some job information. It would go right over to my workflow. I would pick that up, put it onto the correct copier that it needs to go on. Along with that, I would send a job information sheet so I could tell your technicians who to take that job to when it's finished. And then that copy job could be sitting there waiting on your technicians to deliver it as soon as they get in the next morning. So your teachers don't have to stand in line no more and wait.
Oh, a true workflow. All right, Bachelor number 2.
All right, well, we all know how to shop. I can imagine putting this content into some folders, make it online, not at the copy, not down the hall or in the back room, but right from their classrooms, right from their computers, from their phones, online, 24/7, anytime, any place. So you navigate a folder. Maybe you're a third grader. Maybe you go to Willow Lane Elementary School. And you keep those packs online, and you click, and right away, that job is submitted, delivered to your door the next day, right? So let's sell this to the superintendent. Let's multiply all those teachers, all the time they're standing in that copier room or calling old print centers to process jobs or fill out NCR forms. Let's figure out what that tack time is. Let's figure out that process. And let's see how you compare to that, right? So, and then we can take that total soft labor savings, right? And now you've got a story to tell, not only to your teachers, but to your superintendent and your board.
Wow, one-click simplicity. Amazing. All right, number 3.
Simplicity. You want simplicity? Well, Diane, I'm sorry, but I'm just not as good as these other two as far as getting jobs to the print shop. But once it's there, I can help scan and clean up the hard copy so kids get good output to work with.
Very nice, very nice. All right, our next question. Yeah, we have one more. I think let's do one more.
Okay. I like seeing things before I decide to order. Text descriptions just aren't going to cut it. So can you show me how my job's going to look before I actually submit the job to print?
Wow. Bachelor number 1.
Well, I don't blame you. I don't like to buy anything without looking at it either. We're in an information age to where you need to be able to see what you're getting. So basically, I could put a step in the workflow that, let's say that you wanted to see what the PDF looked like when it's in position. So when it got to the imposition stage, I would just send you that email from that PDF, and then once you approve it, we'll start back the workflow again.
We could do this right now. Just log in and flip around. Easy.
Okay, you need to sit down, Bachelor. We'll do one more after this. Okay, top that one.
I've got you covered. I can show you multiple views of your job, including showing you finishing and in position. And what you see is what you get.
Yeah, she doesn't see you. Not yet. You should be online. Here we go. I think we do have time for one more question.
Okay. I have an inline perforator on my printer that needs barcodes on the jobs to tell it how to work, and my end users have no clue about this, and I don't want them to. How can you help?
It's another tough one. Bachelor number 1.
This is an easy peasy one for me. So I'm going to know exactly that job is going to need perforating by looking at the specs that's going to come over. So I'll just open that PDF up. I would put that barcode on there, and resave that PDF, and put it right back over in the workflow to get printed.
Oh, man.
Can you come work for me? I'm going to defer to Danny on this one, but we can apply. We can find his job at the shop. Nice job, Dan.
All right. Well, Diane, when I assemble a job, I can add barcodes to tell the perf machines how and where and to whatever pages you want to make the perforation. Totally have you covered.
Okay, a little twist on this. Okay, we are going to have the audience go ahead and vote on who our bachelorette should go on that workflow date with. So I'm going to go down the line, and I'm going to put my hand above the bachelor. And how about a round of applause? How's that sound? We'll do it that way? No, I mean when I'm there. Oh, yes, you're right. Bachelor number 1. Bachelor number 2. And of course, Bachelor number 3. Boy, I don't know. What do you think?
Kind of hard to make a decision because all of them had some really good answers and solutions to my problems. And even sometimes when one didn't, there was another that did. So I kind of feel like I need maybe to test drive all three of them.
Ooh.
You think?
Okay. You know, do you have that
I'm
option?
not sure. I'm
You have
not
that
sure.
option?
Well, I'm going to play it safe.
Okay.
And I'm going to go for style on this one. And I think you've got the style. So I actually think that I want to date you.
Well, hello.
Sounds good.
Hello.